Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I'd like to build on this theme of education. Admiral Rogers, the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs in my district and the Army Reserve just announced a partnership to educate cyber warriors. Is this a good model, and should we support it?
Well, let me be honest, Congressman, I don't know the details of the model, so I'm not in a good position to tell you is it good or bad. Having said that, one of my takeaways in this area is clearly this is all about partnerships. And those partnerships have to include the private sector, but not just the corporate or network owners, if you will. The educational piece, the academic piece, the ability to generate insights, to go to the doctrine and the policy kinds of issues we had talked before. I try to remind people, look, this has got to be a broader discussion. Look at, for example, some of the initial work we did in the nuclear world when we were first trying to develop deterrence theory that we take for granted now. The academic world played a huge role in that. If you go back 50, 60 years, I'd like to see us do the same thing. And the other thing that concerns me about the academic world is, and one reason why I, as a commander, I spent a fair amount of time at academic institutions from the collegiate level down to I was just at a charter school in Harlem yesterday, as a matter of fact, when I was, as a follow-on to some work I was doing in New York City. You are as I remind them, you're educating our workforce. I have a vested interest in partnering with you to help us do that, because the technology we use is important. And clearly we can't execute our mission without it. But where we really gain our advantage, our true strength, is in the men and women who apply that technology.
Okay, thank you. And obviously this is something I think we're all really excited about pursuing. General Wilson, recently I visited the 561st Network Operations Squadron, which is in my district at Air Force Base Peterson. And they told me that their structure and approach to network cybersecurity could be a model for the other service branches. Is that something you would agree with, and if so, why?
So, sir, I think you were with Lieutenant Colonel Rocky Rockwell and the team at the 561st.
That's right.
Thank you for visiting. They really enjoyed the visit. What they were referring to was this migration that I hinted at, getting the Air Force network, which is part of our larger DoD information network, to one centrally managed with a single architecture, which is really an early interim step towards the joint information environment. So we're huge believers in it. Many of the lessons that we learned out of the migration actually have been incorporated with the Army and with DISA and with all the services as we look at the JIE, this Joint Information Environment Architecture, and the way that we're transitioning all of our networks. And so it is a model. I think there's a lot of good, hard lessons. The team that you met at the 561st, we have a sister unit at the 26th down in Montgomery, Alabama at Gunter Air Force Base, is actually formed. About 40 people are on the joint management team that are working the transition with JIE. And so we've taken the lessons for the people that have the bruises from going through a transition of that magnitude and trying to apply that to the JIE so that we're successful. So absolutely believe that it's directly applicable, and we're excited about moving forward.
Well, I know that there can be value with each service branch learning its own lessons and standing something up, but on the other hand, there's also, on the other side of the balance, why reinvent the wheel? If one of the branches has really done forward work, maybe that should be a model for others to follow.
So JIE, which we've all bought into in terms of the services, is really the next generation beyond where we're at today in the Air Force. And so it's really the interim step. And so we should be satisfied with where the Air Force is. We need even a more defensible network. It's the best we can do with, decades-old, 5-year-old technology. We need to move the DoD forward with the newer technologies, the next generation technologies, cloud architectures, single security stacks through a gateway, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you, and thank you all for your service.
Thank you very much, Congressman.